I would say normally if you walk in a hall around 11:30, you will see the catering staff busily running around, making sure everything's ready, pulling out the trolleys, so that their food's cooked in trolleys and then they get wheeled out into the hall for service. And then you just hear this buzz. And you've got some schools where they filter in masses. There's lots of children entering the room. And then there's a system in place, so they all know, they wear bands, so they know which queue they've got to go line up in, depending on what meal option there are. And so they're all lining up waiting for their meal, and they're engaging with the catering team about what's on their plate today. And it's really wonderful to watch. And then they go back to go and sit at their tables, they sit and eat, have conversations about what they're eating, or just other conversations amongst peers. And then they get up and they scrape their plates, and it's just a really warm, happy feeling.
Well, they are really, really good and tasty.
I think they're really good and healthy for our body.
It enables people to try new tastes and try new foods.
Well, the children have been very happy. The parents have been very pleased. And when we've done the tastings for the parents, we've had enormous numbers of parents turn up, and they've been very impressed with the food.
What's really key to this programme is that what children are eating, that they're eating healthy, balanced diets, and that they're enjoying what they're eating. We've seen children who have had probably one of our safest meal options, because we have a range of menu options a day, and then how they've transitioned into trying something different and really start to explore food, which is what this programme is all about.
Yeah, I've tried a lot of new food.
Well, I've had lamb curry and it's really nice.
The roast dinner?
Roast dinner.
Roast dinner.
All schools do it slightly differently, but every school that has a hot meal, the children sit and eat together. So it's a fully inclusive environment. In lots of schools, you have teaching staff that also sit alongside those children. So they're sitting there promoting the social side of having a hot meal, teaching basic skills, using a knife and fork, engaging in conversation around what they're eating.
The children love them. They're enthusiastic to go for them every day, and I'm in there every day sitting with them. So sometimes they're having food that they've never tried before, and we've talked about that, and they talk about how much they like it, and they've enjoyed trying new things, and they're really enthusiastic to do it. So I wouldn't say anyone doesn't like them, to be honest.
It's too early for us to be able to categorically say it's making a difference, and we've got hard evidence of that, but we have certainly been hearing anecdotal feedback that children are more settled in the afternoon after having a hot, nutritious meal at lunchtime, that their behaviour is better, that their ability to engage in their learning has been better in the afternoons, which I think is really positive for being this early in the programme to be getting that feedback. And I'm really interested to see how we can monitor that and track that over periods of time.
The children who go to school meals are definitely well fed, they're fueled. You can tell that they've had a good lunch and they're ready to start the afternoon, and so are much more prepared mentally as well as physically for whatever we're doing in the afternoon. They're not quite as lethargic, they're not quite as ready for a sleep sometimes, especially in this hot weather, but yeah, they're definitely much more active.
Yeah, I do have more energy after lunch and it keeps me in a good mood.
Yeah, I eat it and then I go play for a little bit and I become more focused.
A lot of my class do have the school dinners as well, so you can see a huge section of the class has had the dinner. When we come into class, they've got a lot of energy and we can get a lot more out of our afternoon sessions because of it.
We obviously have a free school meals programme for those families that are eligible, which we hope then that helps break down any food inequality. The meals are only £2.50, which we feel is very reasonable for a hot meal, and we're hoping that enables most families to be able to access it. So like I said, if families are in the position where they're unable to afford it and they are eligible for the free school meals, then we certainly encourage that uptake. We wouldn't want anyone to feel that they couldn't have access.
If you look at the difference between doing this and making up a lunchbox every day, they can be expensive. You're spending £2, £3, £4, £5 even. So if you're doing that, and maybe for a couple of children, that makes a huge difference.
I think it's going to have a massive impact on those children who come from families where that financial impact is significant for them, because it gives them that opportunity to have free food but a good, healthy, balanced, nutritious food that's going to fuel them up, and so you know that at least once a day those children are having a really good meal that is going to keep their bodies growing in the right ways.
I hope that this programme obviously continues to run successfully, that we continue to work and develop our menus. We want to be able to provide healthy, nutritious meals and, you know, to give the children the very best outcomes. So be that in terms of their learning and development, be that in terms of their health and well-being. I would like to be able to reach the place where we can work with individual schools around their menu development. That is something that we can do, and we are hoping to get to that point. That has some challenges within it, but I think actually then you could really cater for each cohort of children. I know we're a small island, but we do still have you know, different groups of people, and we're all individuals, aren't we? And we want to be able to cater for individuals within each setting as far as is possible. So I think that would be a real positive moving forward.